Take it away, Goatrope.
Hello, welcome once again to the Reddit Team League. This is round 4. This is Team Canada versus Team Procrastination. Blistering Sands, PvZ. I like this matchup, I like this map. Pink Protoss, named What Is It in bottom left, and DevinTheRad. Quite a self-aggrandizing name. Can he back it up? Who knows? He is the Zerg in the top right, in green. Which player's on which team, Vequeth? Fill me in.
What Is It is on Team Procrastination, and DevinTheRad is the Canadian for this game. I'm afraid I don't know anything about either of these players. I've never actually played them, and I don't see them in the ladder, so I'm afraid we're just going to have to go on how we see them play. Now, I'd just like to talk a bit about... We've only seen one PvZ on this map, and the Protoss went 2-gate. But there are a lot of builds that Protoss can do. You know, a few budding Protoss out there that aren't 4-gate on this map that work really well. And one of them is you rush straight for Colossi, because if you look at the choke by the natural, that can be split by 2 force fields, which means when you get 1 Colossi and you have 2 later 3 gateways worth of units, maybe 2 sentries, the rest Zealot Stalker, and the 1 Colossi, you can fight so many Zerg units there, and you can just shut down the expansion.
Yes, indeed, very strong.
Now, if you're a Zerg and you see one, it's really hard to see this build because you can't scout it. Lots of Zergs expect the Colossi range to come, and this is a non-range push because you're relying on the force fields. But if you know he doesn't have range, then just put up spine crawlers because they actually have the same range as an unranged upgraded Colossus. Anyway, fast expand from DevinTheRad before pool. What is it going for 1 gate gas?
Very standard play on both sides. I really hope this goes to a game. I really like late game PvZ. A lot of options, a lot of tech choices. I think Blistering Sands is kind of tough for Zerg. There's not a lot of open areas. This is about as big as you can get for maneuvering, for flanking. It's kind of tough. A lot of ramps, a lot of chokes. This backdoor is pretty vulnerable. I think Protoss can exploit that more than Zerg can. We'll see what he does with that. Kind of fast gas.
And
most
Protoss
good
is
Zergs
cloning
I
a
see.
Zealot actually for the expansion. This is some sort of harass that we don't normally see anymore. I mean, if it was a 10-gate, then I could see it going, but this Zealot is going to slip out before the Overlord sees it, so Zerg doesn't know it's coming. But it depends how many Zerglings he makes. Okay, he's making 4. Do you think that can handle 1 Zealot?
Yeah, he'll be fine. He may have to send the queen down, but he's going to have to send a queen down anyway for the natural. I don't think there's going to be too much trouble for DevinTheRad. That being said, Zealot plus Probe is actually quite a bit more effective than a single Zealot on his own. Boiling's out, going for the Probe. Yeah, right on away, nice. He's going to regen a little bit, maybe bring the queen down, maybe get another set of lings. Yeah, he's building 1. Ooh, he's actually building quite a few lings. Maybe he's expecting a lot more Zealot aggression. He should get a nice surround. He wants to keep these Zealots isolated. If they meet up, they're going to be that much stronger. Ooh, and he does. Whittling away that 1, just getting it 2. 1 Zergling left.
And Protoss backs off.
Yeah, Protoss knows he's forcing a lot of defense. A lot of Zerglings. Got the spine crawler. Decent amount of economic damage. He's done. He's fine. He's happy.
Yeah, I mean,
back, tech up, add gates.
Some people might think, that wasn't worth it, but it's all Zerglings that would have been drones, and Zerg's made a spine, so this lets What Is It expand on a Nexus, because, well, okay, maybe not because he made him build a bunch of Zerglings, but that spine crawler is very expensive for the Zerg, because it's not mining minerals. Zerg's doing a great one, actually, but Zerg has seriously overestimated what Protoss is doing, but maybe he just wants to bust him, because Protoss only has 1 Zealot. Oh, he has 2 Stalkers as well. So if he applies pressure with the Stalkers, he should be in good shape, because... Is there speed going up? Yeah, there's speed going up. So once that's finished, Stalkers will be double, and he's actually going to scout this Nexus right now.
It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to the Nexus. He'll either just take a third and drone up, to infinity, or he may time one really big Roach push. We don't actually see a Forge. We have a couple gateways. Warp Gate's almost done. If he gets a couple sentries out, a couple stalkers out, he should be able to hold with, again, you mentioned 2 force fields for this ramp, or this choke is very easy to hold. but he could still get a lot done with some early aggression. Looking at the production tab he's doing a little bit of both. He's got a spine and some roaches coming up, but he also has a drone. What is that? That is hallucination coming up on the cybernetics core. Very cool. I am excited to see what this does.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players are slowly picking up on the fact that, you know, when Koreans do the like the 3-gate expand thing, they get hallucination, they get a couple of sentries, and every now and then they just fly a hallucinated phoenix across all of Zerg's bases, and you get everything you need to know. But he's not actually built any sentries, and hallucinate is 100 energy, so he's not going to be able to use it for a long time.
A little bit of aggression here. Looking at the army counts, Green doesn't have that much. His spine crawlers are kind of split up. He does have the one queen there, and the creep is starting to spread, but still, this is going to be tough to hold. Hopefully he can micro these roaches well. Ooh, getting supply blocked really hurts.
Oh no, it hasn't. Sorry, I switched things. 60 out of 52. He's only just started building the Overlord. That is pretty key. I mean, when you're pushing in the front, the last thing the opponent wants to do is be supply blocked. But Ling's just spawning, and Protoss can't engage this force.
Definitely. Protoss knows he's forced, once again, it's exactly what we were talking about earlier. He forces the units to be built. That's, however, that's what, 8 Lings, that's 4 drones that are never going to be built.
Yeah, I'm actually loving a little bit what Protoss is doing here. He's delaying tech. He's delaying Zerg's ability to macro up, because Zerg made one Overlord because he lost an Overlord, and now he's been supply gap for the past like 30 seconds, and this is really hurting Zerg. And if we look at the income tab, Protoss is ahead by 4.
Yeah, and I mean, Zerg has like no vision on the map. Well, he actually does have vision on the map. I don't know, I'm confused. He just built 4 more roaches. Like, he's still building roaches, but he doesn't have anything to defend against. Maybe he's planning on vaulting an attack. His Immortal's coming out at the natural. He's very stalker heavy. I'm not sure that a roach attack is going to be effective here.
Yeah, and Protoss is doing really well. He's going for Colossus. He knows he's delayed Zerg's tech because he saw the size of Zerg's army on 2 base, and he knows Zerg made a lot of Zerglings in the beginning. So this Colossi tech is going to be pretty brutal. I mean, it could be vulnerable to Mutalisks, but it doesn't seem to be too likely. I mean, he has some Stalkers. Does he have an Observer? I'm just trying to check. Well, he doesn't really know what's going on in Zerg's main. He just saw a lot of roaches.
Yeah, no observer on the unit counting station.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting because roaches aren't the most gas-heavy unit, so Zerg's gas must be going somewhere in Protoss's mind. But Zerg just isn't getting that much gas. I mean, he's only just got his 3rd and 4th gas up.
Indeed, we do see an infestation pit. Might this be another very fast Ultralisk build? It maybe. I don't think we'd see this many roaches if it was, though. I don't know, time will tell. It would be neat to see some infestors, some fungals, maybe mind controls on a Colossus. Again, this is not a like professional level tournament. These kind of weird, scrappy builds can actually emerge and do well.
And just as we say that, an observer is floating across the map, so maybe he heard us talking, Goatrope.
Oh, maybe. I gotta say, though, if he has a time machine, I think he could put it to better use than cheating at a StarCraft tournament.
I don't know. This is the Reddit StarCraft League, you know.
That is true. High stakes. $100.
Yeah.
On the line.
No, it's $100 for the team.
Oh. And you said the teams are like 8 or 9 players?
Yeah, it can vary. Double Forge going up right now, so I like this. Maybe who was the other player that did it? It was Zakaracox, wasn't it? Maybe they play similar stuff, because it's actually a similar kind of build. Although that was PvT. And
well,
wow,
if you
harvester difference.
Let's take a peek at that. 5042, yeah, I'm kind of surprised Zerg doesn't have that. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised. We were talking all game about how Protoss is forcing Zerg to build things other than drones. But yeah, I think if he wants to do this double forge, he has to go a lot more zealot heavy. He's got a huge amount of stalkers. He's hallucinating a Colossus. That is awesome. Kind of sucks that he's not going to have force field, but hey, who cares? It's a hallucinated Colossus. Ooh, beautiful flank. Wow, roaches at the top, roaches at the bottom, Lings at the bottom. Again, no force field. Very nice surround, but does he have the army count? Wow, Zerg, I don't know.
It's very close, and these roaches came out a
Reinforcing.
little bit too late. He just can't. It's a bit late for him to start focusing on the Colossi. Like, now, I think there was a decision he had to do that earlier. So
Definitely.
Protoss only lost gateway troops there, and that is huge. He has to
Zerg
attack now.
just got burrow move, burrow, and +1 carapace. If that attack had come like 30 seconds later, it may have gone completely differently. But right now, Protoss is in a dominant position.
Yeah, and really at the end of the day, you're just seeing that Zerg was on Zerglings and Roaches. He needed. I mean, it's wrong to say that he needs Hydras to deal with Colossi, but he needed something. He needed at least the threat of something, and he just didn't have the tech to deal with it.
I agree. I think Milo Roach could have done well. Mutalisks would have done quite well. But really, I think the story of this game, it wasn't really the Zerg's fault for attacking the wrong way. I think the story of this game is Protoss' pressure. Like, just similar to Brood War TVZ. We keep trying analogies to Brood War, but it's totally fitting. He just moves up, forces speedlings, forces sunks, moves back, kills the economy. Good game.
Yeah.